Zach, which one of us would you say is the cute one, and which one of us has more of a raw sexual magnetism? Wait, don't answer that.
Hey, this is awesome.
Oh, fuck. Hey, good to see you among the living, man. Check it out. It's the latest talent mix.
Thanks, Pete.
Good to see you all among the living. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Talent Mix. My name is Brian. I'm the cute one, and this is our Smallville recap podcast. Did I say that already? Zach's here. It's been a fucking week, dude. How are you?
I'm not producing any type of magnetism right now. I can tell you that much. I can just guarantee
You're
nothing is attracted to. What I'm putting out there.
I get a text from you. I don't know if it's okay to bust you right now. I get a text. Hey, I'm all no. All right, no busting.
No. I have. It's okay. I have digestive issues that are currently acting up. So that's all we need.
That's all we need, I guess. I'll leave that to our friend Howard Stern to go into. Yeah. And we'll Howard, no, you don't need to be in here right now.
You taking a shit? What are you?
Oh, gross, yeah.
Gross.
Dude, I've had a fucking. It's been 1 week.
Oh no. That was really good, actually.
That's the only bit I got. It's so my wife has had poison fucking ivy from doing yard work. Don't do yard work. Don't go outside. There's nothing good outside. Poison ivy's outside.
You don't have poison ivy in Brooklyn?
No, didn't really come up a whole lot. And so and I've always I don't know, I haven't experienced poison ivy personally. I've never had it. And so I've always imagined it as, you're a little red, a little itchy. And after 2 weeks, my wife has hit that point, but it took 2 miserable weeks to get there.
What is it before then?
It was a very severe reaction. Just bad. The poor woman has been in a coma of Benadryl and NyQuil just to sleep it off. But that has now
miserable.
Normally in our parenting, right? We are personal subscribers to if we both do 60% of the work, it'll actually balance out to 50-50 as much as possible.
Right.
But it's been a one-man Brian parenting
You're doing
job.
120.
Yeah,
You're doing 120.
Completely understandably.
Out to like 75, or is that like...
It's Miss Rachel and Elmo have done some babysitting. It's So all that said, I watched this episode while chasing my toddler around, which is not uncommon anyway, but add all of this into it, I don't remember this episode at all.
Well, it's another one where they're like, let's do a creepy episode. And if you know anything about this show, the creepy ones are usually really, really good.
Right, of course.
Generally they're not great. I enjoyed this one, but like I said to you over text, it's not one you can you want to have on in the background. There's nothing that you can hear.
Right.
It's just it's like moody music and discoveries and stuff.
I will say I could follow it. That wasn't an issue.
Oh no, yeah.
And a guest star pops up and that's the guy? All right.
Yeah.
That guy I haven't seen before.
A close up of.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the guy.
Yeah.
But we'll get through it. We'll see how much I have to talk about it. I might just have questions because I might be re-experiencing this for the first time. Trespass is the 14th episode in the 6th season of Smallville and the 124th episode overall. It aired February 8th, 2007.
Trying to think of what we were doing. I believe I came home and caught the end of this episode. So we must have been doing something more interesting. And it would have involved you most likely.
And
maybe we were seeing
we
a
didn't
movie
do a ton of
or-
interesting stuff. I couldn't get into bars or
yeah.
anything.
Wait. Oh yeah, you weren't old enough.
No, I was a boy.
God.
Even in Canada, I wasn't old enough.
Interesting. Yeah, I wonder. We'll never know.
We'll never know. It probably wasn't. I mean, I'll
It
say there
wasn't
were no
guaranteed.
girls involved.
It was not interesting, I can guarantee it. So we know that much.
Okay, so Lana is studying the bent chisel she collected from Clark's barn when she receives a cell phone photograph of herself in her bedroom taken moments earlier. That would creep me out. That would not be my favorite thing to happen.
Yeah.
I'd prefer that not happen to me, personally. She calls Lex and says someone is in the room with her, and he sends in security to check it out. She doesn't show him the photograph and quickly hides the chisel so he doesn't see it. This reminds me, I watched When a Stranger Calls, the original. I've seen the remake, but the actual original one for the first time. I don't think I've seen it. Great 40 minutes. Great first 40 minutes. The rest,
Oh, that's too bad.
highly recommend.
Is it better or worse than the remake?
I'll say this: I watched the whole. I don't know. If you're not familiar with the original When a Stranger Calls, the When a Stranger Calls story is the first 40 minutes. That's Babysitter House. The other half of the movie is, or actually hour, I think it's even longer, is more of a police procedural trying to get the guy. And it's not very good.
No, that's not. It's not what we want.
The remake, at least like the whole 80 minutes, and it's only 80 minutes, is the encounter, the famous, When a Stranger Calls story. So it has that. Now, the 40 minutes is way better than that movie. But, you picking up what I'm putting down?
I get it. Yes, I get it. You can have 80 minutes, which is too long for that story, or you can have 40 minutes, which is not enough.
Right.
And we gotta figure something out.
We got to
guys,
figure,
before we go back to this again.
here's something.
The next remake is, I'm sure, around the corner. So let's work on this. Let's figure it out.
Has anyone, speaking of that, has anyone ever done a movie like just filmed straight from like a Ring camera, one of those doorbell cameras? Static shot, just the camera.
Just the camera, just the doorbell camera. But what happens, Brian? That's not that's a 75-minute movie tops.
Yeah, baby.
You mean padding?
You mean the perfect movie length?
But it's like a slog. It's like a 75 minutes.
Right.
Like, oh, this could have been shorter.
Every 2-hour movie probably could have been 80 minutes, and every 80-minute movie could have been like a 22-minute Twilight Zone episode. That is, more than once I put on like 80 minutes. Great. Oh, fuck. This is so boring.
Yeah, we didn't have 80 minutes worth of stuff.
Right. That said, I do think if anyone could do something good with that Ryan Reynolds one where he's just in a box the whole fucking movie, and the movie doesn't leave Ryan Reynolds' fucking face, it's pretty good. It was pretty exciting.
I never saw it. Buried, I believe, is what you're talking about.
Yes.
I mean, I like a gimmick like that if they can figure out how to keep me interested.
It's that movie against all odds, and it's a tight thriller, and you only ever see Ryan Reynolds' fucking face. So recommend that.
Good face.
It's a good face. It's a good face. Okay. So Lex says Lana is just wary from the newfound attention from the paparazzi she has received since becoming engaged to Lex. He has to go away on business, but he sets Lana up with Chloe in Lois's Talon apartment with an army of security guards.
What's the logic there?
I was just about to be like, what? Why? What? It'd be one thing if Lana wanted to go hide out there and like insisted to hide out there.
What about Chloe staying at the mansion with, I don't know, or like a third location?
Or like fucking Hawaii for a week.
Right. The Talon is not a fortress of security, as we have seen.
Famously. Ghosts, for one.
Multiple entrances, exits. Yeah, anyone can get in and out.
Hotel in Hawaii. Once again.
Yeah, the Talon is famously attached to a business. A like public coffee shop. The apartment.
I think the important thing that you are looking over, Zach, is we have that set.
Right. And we were already at the mansion, and we're going to go back to the mansion later. Yeah. So we got to mix it up.
So we got to... TV, Zach, come on.
They build a pretty impressive new little set for this one that we'll get into later.
We'll get into it. I definitely remember what you're talking about.
I can tell by your face.
Yeah.
You have no idea.
Nope.
Well, I'll let you know.
Great.
I'll let you know.
Lex says Lana is just where he has to go away on business, set up Lana and Chloe with Chloe in Lois's Talon apartment. Sets up Lana with Chloe in Lois's Talon apartment with an army of security guards. I forgot Lois is there. Lois not in this episode.
Large chunks of time. She's like, you know what? They're not going to need me for a while. I'm out of here.
Lana shows...
She went to Hawaii.
Yeah, right. Lana shows Chloe the cell phone photograph, but she doesn't ask Chloe to explain the bent chisel. Yeah, right. Okay. Got it. It's just a bent piece of metal, but like...
I'll figure it out on my own, Chloe. It's fine.
Right.
Whatever. It's been a while since we had a Lana stalker. It's like old times.
Just like old times.
Her fucking creep radar, you would think would be refined at this point.
No, this is how it keeps happening. She's bad at this.
Not to victim blame.
But Lana.
Come on. Yeah.
We talked about the exits in the Talon apartment.
You and I knew immediately that this guy was the creep. I mean, it's just really clear.
It's like she missed the close-up to be like, remember this guy's face.
Yeah.
No reason. That evening, Martha finds Clark in the barn doing his farm chores. She remarks that she has been at a charity function in Metropolis all day and wonders why Clark isn't finished yet. No scrutiny, to be clear, has come on this farm for having like no employees. No,
but they're about to run out of time because Clark, the next line is going to say there, Clark is like, the paparazzis have been around because of Lana. I got to do my chores like a human. Doesn't that mean that their farm is toast? Like for 1 week. If they had 1 week where he was the only one working on it, I don't think. Yeah. As a human?
Right.
No.
And once again, I don't think we've said, what do they farm here?
Various vegetables have been sold at the farmer's market by the Kents. So
Clark's just got one fucking crate of tomatoes.
Yeah.
So Clark says he feels like he's being watched and he is not using his superpowers to do his chores, so they are taking him all day. God, if you had to fucking... Imagine you're fucking Superman. And then you have to actually do, like, these farm chores. This has to be like... and fucking AirPods don't exist yet.
It'd be like, yeah, go to use the dial-up internet to do your podcast, Brian.
I had to.
It might be better. Yeah.
By this point, 2007, I am listening to podcasts. Kevin Smith had a very formative one called Smodcast. And it was a weird, unprecedented level of like access to a media figure, right? Of him just dicking around with his friend. But what he had to do was download it on iTunes. Now, you take out your phone, bippity boop, boom, it's playing the podcast.
Yeah.
You had to download it on your computer and then drag and drop it onto your iPod to listen to when you were going to be listening to your podcast.
Man, if that was still the case, no one would hear this.
Barely anyone hears it now, and the level of access is unprecedented.
Yeah, we're practically like showing up in their lives. Like, hey, we talked for a while again. Listen to it.
Listen to it, please. It's all we have.
You listened before and didn't turn it off.
Spotify. Yeah, do it again. Do it again for me. Also, maybe give us money. Give us your money. How dare we, Zach? Spotify has now started giving me impression numbers, so I can see how many people listen to it, which, has always been like, glad you're here. Now I can see how many people like see it and went, nah. And those two numbers, let me say, are different numbers. Spotify now
sex it up.
Yeah,
sex it up a little bit somehow.
Listen,
the talent mix featuring Brad Pitt. Is that? Can we? Is Howard Stern? Yeah.
I have wanted to do an interview podcast where I interview people with the same names as famous people,
but they're not. Yeah, that's brilliant. Oh my gosh, that's genius.
I'm a smart boy. I'm sure that exists. I'm sure someone did that already. But not with my pizzazz. Huh? I say as I do a little dance in my fucking chair. Oh, God, what are we doing with our lives, Zach?
I mean, what if we just have those people on as guests to talk about Smallville on this show?
There we go.
George Clooney, Brad Pitt,
I'm sure we can find them. I'm sure they're out there.
Oh, 100%.
Great. Great. We'll both get on that, and then we'll...
Okay.
Okay. Lost my place already. Clark has been ticking all day with his chores. Chloe arrives and reports that the photo was sent from a number that belonged to a low-level paparazzo and says Jimmy Olsen can help Clark find it. Never liked paparazzo as the singular of paparazzi.
No, me either.
Just say a guy. Clark questions why she doesn't ask.
Or douchebag.
Douchebag. Asshole.
Yeah. Creep.
I understand everybody's got to pay their rent, but come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Nah.
Clark questions why she doesn't ask him herself, and she has to admit they broke up because of her role as Clark's secret keeper. Clark feels bad, but Chloe interrupts him to show him the photograph of the chisel. She warns him that Lana is very close to finding out his secret.
So, I had a thought. When they brought the chisel from last week back, it hit me. This is a tool that they use on the farm that was broken.
Yes.
Is this chisel a piece of broken farm equipment? I think it is. They're using it on the farm.
Yes. Yes, it is, Zach. Yes, it is.
All right, we're marking it off. All right. That was the good news I needed in my life.
Finally, we got some. Okay. Lana is snooping around on Chloe's computer and clicks a file marked CK, but it is password protected. I thank God for that password protection, Chloe.
Chloe, I don't care if you have 5 passwords. You better not have information about your alien fucking friend on your laptop.
What files do you need, Chloe? Is it for your journal?
Extraordinaire. Certainly you know how easy it is. How that can be gotten to.
I hope
CK.
I hope that password involves numbers and at least one symbol.
Just pictures of her at the fucking Fortress of Solitude. Throwing the peace sign and shit. Idiot.
Lana thinks she hears a noise and goes downstairs into the Talon to investigate. Lots of exits. She finds a wrapped present with negligee in it. It says here in the wiki, a negligee. I kind of thought, is negligee also plural? Is Howard here?
I've never heard a negligee. Yo, you wouldn't say a negligee. Actually, well, I only ever see multiple negligee. So at the same time.
Thank you, Howard. Thank you. Thank you for the clarification.
Take it. You know what I say when I see someone with negligee on?
What's that, Howard?
Take it off. Take it off.
Yeah,
that
makes sense for you. That makes sense for you, my guy.
You want me to go back in the vault? Or,
I mean, hang out just in case. I mean, you're here.
All right.
It's an honor to have you, even though you do continuously make... Howard, it's weird having you here, man. It's like very, very formative. I know we talked to very, very formative, very uncomfortable in the year of our Lord 2024. Uncomfortable then. You knew what you were doing then.
Hey, fuck you. I can leave if you want. I can leave. I can get out of here. I don't have to be here.
Nah, just go sit down over there for right now. I'll call you. Just
make up your fucking mind.
You're right. I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna move on.
Great. Yeah, let's move on. He's kind of in a mood now.
I can't believe I made fucking Howard Stern angry.
I can't. He seems like he's got a short fuse sometimes. I don't know. He's moody.
He's moody. Okay. So the present is a negligee and a note that reads, "I want you to wear this when I kill you."
Okay. You know what I noticed about this creeper? Great penmanship. You know, you'd think a creeper serial killer would be kind of scribbly. Maybe he outsourced that work to someone else, but it's like calligraphy. It's like nicely written.
The same print shop that printed a giant poster of a 15-year-old boy.
Yeah, don't worry. We will do everything here. We don't ask questions.
Nope. And you want that ... when I kill you for emphasis? Great, got it. Lana tries to run.
We do have a blood dripping font. If you're interested, I know that maybe that's too much.
Too much. You don't want it. It's going with a negligee. Got it. Yeah. No. Something subtle, classy. Got it. That's going to be $12.95.
Oh no, you wanted it on the cardboard. Got it.
Oh right.
It's a little more. It's a little more expensive.
$13.95. Alana tries to run out of the exit door, but is accosted by dozens of paparazzi who force her back inside. Brady, the head of security, escorts her back into the apartment just as Chloe arrives back home. You'll notice he got a name.
Brady. That's a bad sign for him.
It's a bad sign.
Bad sign. I mean, either he's the villain or he's going to get killed. If you have a name, that's all that means on this show. Given a name. Not to get ahead of ourselves, but is this our first au natural stalker? Nope, he doesn't have kryptonite powers. Just a regular old creep.
I had to check the tape, but I can't think of another one.
Maybe the wiki will tell us.
Yeah,
we really screwed up not doing a stalker count on this.
Next time around, we'll get it.
Next time around, for sure.
Okay, so Chloe arrives back home, who is also escorted by Mac, another guard.
Okay, so one of them's going to die, and one of them is going to be the bad guy.
Those are the rules. Those are the rules. Clark goes to the Daily Planet to talk to Jimmy. Before he can state the reason for his visit, Jimmy tells him that he won't stand in the way of his relationship with Chloe. Clark tries to tell him that they are just friends and maybe he would like to reconsider dumping her. He then asks Jimmy to help him find the paparazzo, Louis Esposito.
It's funny that Jimmy's like, if you hurt Chloe, I'll fucking fuck you up, man, or something. And then Clark makes a funny comment. He's like, I appreciate that you're willing to end up in traction to fight for Chloe's honor. It's funny. Clark wouldn't usually make a joke like, we both know I could destroy you, my friend.
Right.
You didn't even know about the superpowers, but you do look like someone who could kick his ass.
I look like this guy, and you look like that guy. I'm just saying where betting odds are. Yeah. Lex sees Lana account. I look like I could star in a CW show about the origins of Superman.
Right? You look like you could co-star occasionally on a CW
As
show.
someone who's not Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah. No, Brian. He's the real Jimmy Olsen.
Right, of
Don't be
course.
confused.
Sorry, I got confused. I haven't seen it. I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea where this is going to be going. Lex sees Lana's encounter with the paparazzi and is enraged. He gives Brady an earful and tells him to take Lana to the Luther Court Plaza for safety. Lana says that that's the first place the stalker will look and says she wants to go to the last place nobody would think to look for her. Brady and Mac take her to the Kent farm, not the last place, and secure the house and the farm.
Also, I feel like they could just follow you to the Kent farm.
This is not airtight, Lana.
No. Weird choice to go. I mean, I understand she wants to go investigate Clark because she's figuring stuff out. She's snooping.
Right,
but,
and we do have that set.
Doesn't really make sense at all.
No.
As a strategic move.
But we have the set, so.
Yeah.
Martha sets her up in Clark's bedroom, and Lana takes the opportunity to snoop through Clark's things. His Bob Marley CDs? Huh?
Brian, did you notice he has a poster? I'm sure you didn't notice. This is an absurd thing to ask.
I definitely did not notice whatever you were about to say.
I mean, even if you were watching like a hawk, there's no reason you should know what I know, because I had this album. He had a poster for the second album from the band The Darkness.
I didn't know they had a second one.
Well, the first one had their big hit.
Right.
I believe in a thing called love.
Right.
That,
Just listen to the rhythm of a ha.
Thank you. I would not have been able to hit that note, and that was perfect. And so I got the second one, listened to it many times. It's not bad, but I recognized the poster, and 100% that's what it is. It was in a couple shots.
Amazing.
Clark, a big fan of The Darkness. Second, although, God, he's out of high school. I was going to say in high school, you'll pretty much put up any poster someone gives you in your bedroom.
Yeah, right. It's the poster economy.
They're giving them out somewhere, and you're like, okay, I kind of like this thing. Let me hang it up.
Right. Some of my posters were a little more on the performative end.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. That's how I got my Muhammad Ali poster.
Maybe I'm a real The Misfits guy, huh? Like, like The Misfits, and maybe not a poster on my wall guy.
I also want to, whatever hot beverage that Mama Kay brings to Lana in this scene, there are a few shots where it is on fire. It's so hot. The steam coming off of this. I think Mama Kay's trying to murder Lana. This is like McDonald's coffee in the 90s. It is scorching.
God.
So why do they have to put her in Clark's room? They don't have another room? Where did Lois stay when she was there?
Also Clark's room. Under Clark's bed.
I think he did sleep on the couch, so maybe.
Oh yeah, maybe.
The farmhouse is only 2 bedrooms.
Get it
together, Kent family.
Kent family, guys. That house looks big.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
What?
You just stay in Clark's room. It's fine. I'm sure he doesn't have any secret stuff in there because he's not an alien.
That you haven't been looking for or stressed out about, or.
You didn't recently have a nasty breakup and are now about to marry his former best friend turned nemesis. Go on in there and look around.
Have fun. Would you like? Oh, by the way, did you? I don't know why I thought of this or didn't think of it earlier. Do you want the password to Chloe's secret file on him?
And please enjoy this cup of lava while you look at it.
That's why. The cup of lava would take care of the issue. She's a senator. She's got access. The deep state, Zach.
The lava killer strikes again.
She was killed. Lana Lang, they finally got her with magma. We'll never track it.
Yeah,
She's too good.
This lava too.
Okay. Lana finds her neutralized necklace in Clark's dresser drawer, but her intrusion is interrupted by another phone call. The caller says in a distorted voice that she can't hide, and Lana notices a puddle of blood seeping under the door. Brady doesn't answer when she calls, and she opens the bedroom door to see him on the floor, his neck slashed. Twist. We got you. Not because I definitely fucking couldn't tell these guys apart.
Yeah. I love there's a murderer in the Kent house. That's going to bring some focus on their home for a while.
Yeah, let's do some scrubbing.
A slashed neck. It's a straight up horror movie. Also, there's 2 dudes on your farm, 2 security guys. Mm-hmm. One of them is dead. Mm-hmm. Maybe let's look at the other guy. Maybe let's look into the other guy a little bit.
Let's
be like, hey,
right. Just where
security team?
Where were you when the other guy's neck got slashed? Just out of curiosity, Brady is barely alive and grabs her ankle. Lana is startled and falls down the stairs. She wakes up in the hospital with Martha at her side. Dr. Langston reports that Lana and the baby are fine and tells Mac that they can put her in the old wing of the hospital to secure. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Hold on. The first thing is she wakes up and they're like, it's okay, you're in the hospital. And her reaction should have been, which hospital?
A special Metropolis hospital, yeah?
And the security guard is like, do you have a secure place you can put her in? And the doctor's like, yeah, we do have a really scary wing that we shut down because it was too scary. It's under construction. And it's really big, and it has lots of like windows and hallways and stuff. So she'll be safe there. This place they put her is out of one of those old. God, what was the brand name? Yeah, it was before Blumhouse. There was like a DVD, like direct to
Dimension
horror movies, something like that. Yeah, it's like out of one of those. This is an asylum.
Yeah. I'm sure the asylum did, in fact, use this set at some point.
Yeah.
The asylum, if you're not familiar, I think most people are familiar. They were the pioneers of the mockbuster. Basically, when Blockbuster was a thing, they're still making stuff, but I can't imagine it has the same appeal. It was like Transformers would come out, and Transformers would be on the shelf right next to Transmorphers.
Right. Yeah.
Just hoping to confuse people.
With and they did quite a bit. As someone who worked at Blockbuster,
did they? Did it work?
They did. Well, the employees, every time someone had rented that, would say, "Hey, are you sure that you want to get Transmorphers and not the real movie?"
Right.
However, those things would come out while the other ones were in theaters too. So it was just like, it wasn't like it was right next to it until it came out.
Right.
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 So they were the best is when it was like a public domain movie. Like
I saw Thor. World. It was like also they did a Thor.
War of the Worlds, Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
I mean,
woof.
Oh, there were some pretty funny titles from that. I'm going to Google it.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah. All right. So Dr. Langston, blah, 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 Mac, put her in the old spooky wing. He then sedates her. Clark and Jimmy find Esposito's apartment and locate his disc file on Lana. Clark is shocked to realize that Esposito has dozens of photographs of Lana snooping around in Clark's barn. He receives a call from his mom telling him that Lana is in the hospital, and he goes to see how she's doing. Okay. Lana wakes up in an abandoned area of the spooky hospital wing to the sound of her ringing cell phone. It is Chloe, but in the middle of their conversation, Esposito appears and chases Lana down, flashing pictures the entire time. What the fuck? Esposito.
Yeah, even for a paparazzo, that's rough.
Yeah. Clark helps Mac finally appears and carts him away. Clark helps Lana up when they hear a gunshot. Mac claims that Esposito had hidden a weapon and he had no choice but to shoot him. Yeah, okay.
People keep dropping next to this guy.
And where were you
Okay,
again?
ready, Brian?
Yeah,
Here we go. Asylum movies. The Day the Earth Stopped.
great.
The day the Earth Stood Still. Snakes on a Train.
I saw that one, and I love a bad movie. Asylum
That's
ones
probably
are
the most comparable. No, yeah, they're not. They're not so bad. They're good.
right. They're just nothing.
Abraham Lincoln versus Zombies. The Land That Time Forgot. Death Racers.
Okay,
Paranormal Entity.
that one probably got people.
Sunday School Musical.
Great.
Titanic 2. I like that. Atlantic Rim instead of Pacific Rim.
Right. I think Mystery Science Theater did that one, and it was an okay episode.
King of the Lost World, which was King Kong, of course.
Got it.
Princess of Mars.
That's the actual name of the book
Yeah,
that
it
John
is,
Carter was
yeah.
based on.
The Da Vinci Treasure.
Oh.
Battle of Los Angeles. Wasn't there a movie called Battle Los
There
Angeles?
was a movie
or
called
something?
Battle in Los Angeles.
So Battle of Los Angeles with a similar cover. Jack the Giant Killer instead of Slayer.
It's funny the ones that are like modest hits and the ones that like clearly were speculative and like are Brian Singer's Jack the Giant Killer. Like,
I mean, that is purely like someone was confused and grabbed the wrong one.
yes.
Next to the new one that they were only on the fence about.
I could see a couple of these where, I mean, clearly the business model works, right? And Blockbuster, it's really the problem is not them, it's Blockbuster for carrying them, right? Right?
Yeah.
It's one thing on like Tubi or Netflix or something, and you see something and you put on the wrong movie. I'm like, is this the fucking? This isn't the fuck. Ah, you got me. Blockbuster. You went to Blockbuster and then you walked out with your movie for the weekend, and you could have got an unwatchable piece of crap by accident.
The thing is, I guarantee if someone came back in and said, this was garbage, this is not what I meant to get, they would have given them the right one for free.
That's good.
So
That's good.
I think they're only making money off the people who decided that they wanted that in advance, or that decided that they were okay with what had happened to them.
Right. And now Asylum's not making money on the rentals. Blockbuster is like purchasing the DVDs in bulk, right?
I can't remember how it worked.
Yeah, interesting. I'd be interested to find out. That's how I've always assumed. I always assume Blockbuster has to be the customer, and then they buy stuff that people are renting.
Were people buying the Asylum movies brand new?
No, I imagine Blockbuster was the main customer.
Well, they were buying them used, pre-owned once they, the movies at Blockbuster once they were on the shelf.
Man, a significant amount of my DVD collection were used Blockbuster DVDs.
Oh yeah, most of mine was too. Yeah, because you'd get like 3 for $20.
It was a great deal, especially when they were 1 foot in the grave. I'd come home with handfuls of crap.
Yeah.
Oh, you still have your DVD collection. Mine's long. I was like, Netflix is here. Well, don't need these anymore. And that's... I wake up in the middle of the night regretting that.
Yeah. I mean, the problem with the streaming thing is it's just not 100% reliable. I mean, I guess DVDs aren't either, but it's more reliable than streaming because sometimes the sound's off or something, or the picture or whatever. And I'm like, I can't do it.
Streaming is now, I remember thinking Netflix was replacing the DVD, and it's not. It's replacing HBO.
Right, totally.
And
replacing cable.
Right. And I used to have I had shelves of DVDs. Shelves, dude.
You know what's the most reliable streaming service? And we're not getting paid to say this. In my opinion, as far as picture and sound not being off, Tubi.
I fucking love Tubi.
Tubi is usually pretty damn good with it, in my experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have a lot of trouble with Netflix. The sound is usually a little off.
Interesting.
For me.
AMC Plus is the worst. I watched...
Because they crop every one of their
It's the
flipping
fucking
movies.
TV cuts.
But you're the movie channel, man.
It's bad. It's really bad. And I didn't mind it. I didn't mind it as much when it was if I would log in with like my in-laws cable subscription. That's fine. That was fine if it was just watching that, like the app for the channel. The actual streaming service, once again, is the TV cut. So I watched the TV cut of Armageddon, which is the way to watch Armageddon.
That was on Hulu. That's on Hulu, Brian.
It was not at the time.
Oh, now it is. Okay. Yeah, that's like a wide one too. No, man.
God, it looked wrong. It looked bad.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't know if you've seen Armageddon in a while.
It's already bordering on incomprehensible.
The camera does not stop moving.
No, or cutting.
It's a seizure waiting to happen. And it was like, Emily and I are sitting there on the couch like, there's no fucking way. This is the theatrical, like, aspect ratio. There's no way.
You can, I mean, I can tell pretty much immediately if it's being cropped in some way. And then that's it. Then I don't watch it. I can't do it. Like if it's like a centimeter or something, like sometimes the ratio is a fraction off. Right. That's fine. But if you're missing large chunks,
it's not generally my prefer. I find a little charm in it, but I watched a lot of movies on TV growing up,
right?
So I find some affection for it, but because way back when. Do you remember having to argue with people about full screen? I'm sure we've talked about full screen versus widescreen.
We have, but you still have to with some people. But
a square.
But I wonder if there was more art to it back then because they knew this is how people are going to watch it, right? So I
bet you're right.
They were really more focused on which part are we going to show with our square.
Right. Whereas
now it's probably just like, now you're getting the middle part.
You're getting the middle part. Maybe an algorithm is like tracking.
Yeah, right, exactly.
But like barely. Because, Armageddon on AMC Plus looks like shit.
I can't imagine.
Okay. Thinking the ordeal is over, Mac takes Lana back to the Luthor mansion. He tells her that Lex's flight is delayed due to weather, and Lana thanks him for protecting her. Mac muses that Lex shouldn't have left her alone. Lana asks him...
When they're at the hospital, he's standing over the dead guy he just shot.
Yep.
He's like, "It's over, Miss Lane. Let's get you back home. Like someone else will come deal with this man I just shot and killed."
Gross.
Ew, that's a lot of blood.
I wonder where my coworker is right now who had his throat slashed in your friend's house. Lana asks him to tell the staff to bring her something to eat, and he reports that he has sent all the staff and the rest of the security team home so they wouldn't get caught in the coming snowstorm. You don't have...
Security boy, have the food boy make me something.
Lana got used to that life pretty fast.
Poor girl's not so poor anymore.
Yeah, right. He remarks that it was something Lana would do because she is good and kind, unlike Lex's other girlfriends. Lana is unnerved by his audacity, but he then reveals that he watches her every day. Lana realizes that Mac is the stalker, but she gains his trust by admitting she didn't know what she was getting into with Lex. Mac goes to comfort her, and she smashes a glass bottle on his head, and she runs away. She tries to call for help, but Max has cut the phone lines. He breaks into the bedroom, and she escapes out the window.
He breaks into the bedroom with an axe that's like a decorative axe hanging on the wall. It's a very like, here's Dayplayer.
I also love he's cut the phone lines, and we're gonna end up back at the mansion where I've cut the phone lines and I've sent everybody. I've planned for this, Lana. Clark and Chloe are studying Esposito's file on Lana when they see a photograph taken at the charity function that Martha attended the day before. They realize that if Esposito was at the ball, he couldn't have been at the Luthor mansion that evening, so he couldn't be the stalker. Lana, this episode had a little bit of a, I know who the stalker is immediately, and so I have to wait for all the other characters to catch up.
Yes. Lana, the last to figure it out.
Right.
I think.
Lana and Mac are fighting on the roof of the mansion in the snow when they fall through a skylight. Mac falls and dies, but Clark is there to catch Lana.
The new set was the roof, the Luther roof.
Got
Pretty
it.
elaborate. It's pretty impressive little roof set. Well, it's mostly snow, but yeah.
Interesting. I can't really comment on it. I don't remember. Lana is shocked to find herself safe in Clark's arms and asks him how he did it, to no response.
Yeah.
I had to poop.
No, sorry, buddy. I'm going to need an explanation here. I fell through the roof. The other guy died. You caught me. I feel fine.
I had to poop. My IBS is acting up.
What does that have to do with anything?
Gotta go again.
Yeah. And they have this like cute moment of like, you're always here for me or some shit. And I'm like, hey, remember when he kidnapped you last week?
Yeah, that was chill. Oh, yeah. Remember? Well, look, if we're going to hold against every time someone wasn't themselves, that's mutually assured destruction. We just sort of don't talk about that.
He was obviously on something.
Clark says that maybe it's the same reason she has been watching him. The next day, Clark asks Chloe what he should do about Lana's investigation into him. Chloe points out that if Lana risked her life to keep the photograph and the bent chisel from Lex, and has proven that she is loyal to him. Jimmy arrives and he is annoyed at Clark for leaving him alone at Esposito's to get caught. Ooh, yeah, Jimmy. Ooh.
He got a felony, he says.
Clark thanks him for helping out and then exits quickly to give Jimmy and Chloe some time to talk. Jimmy remarks that Clark's not so bad, and Chloe replies that he's no Jimmy Olsen. Jimmy is touched, he gives Chloe a kiss, and they get back together.
Yay, all is right with the world.
Lex arrives home and reunites with Lana. He asks her about hiding out at the Kents, but she defends her actions, saying she had to trust her instincts. Lex says that he trusts her, but when he leaves, Lana is shocked to find that the bent chisel is no longer in her bureau.
'Cause Lex took it!
Lex approaches Clark in the barn. He brings up their intense fight after the engagement party and says he can't understand why Lana still cares about him. He surprisingly gives him an invitation to the wedding. He says Lana wants him to come, and he wants Clark to see what he's lost.
It's a good little scene.
Good little scene.
Like, oh, this is the scene of the crime. This is where you kidnap my girlfriend. This is where you try to kill me.
Come on, come to the wedding.
It's got quite a needle drop. I don't know the name of the song, but it is of its time.
The song is called Roadside by Rise Against.
Rise Against. I thought that was them.
What was their big hit?
I
have
have it in my head.
I'm struggling.
All because of you.
Is it? I have Like the Angel from 2003. I have Savior from 2008. What the fuck?
That's it. Savior? I think it's Savior. All because of you. I haven't slept in so long. Blah, 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 blah. I'm not doing a good job, but...
I'm going to play this fucking song. I know I can't. Currently, an ad is playing. Yeah. So that's probably really annoying for people listening. But it just kind of is what it is. 1 second. Zach, you're not going to be able to hear it because it's not worth going through the whole thing. I'm just waiting for this ad to finish so that I can... Oh, yeah, okay.
Is that the one I was singing?
Hang on. Yeah. I vaguely remember that.
All because of you.
Yeah. That wasn't... Rise Against, that wasn't a huge hit. That wasn't a monster hit. It got some rock radio play.
They came into prominence as that genre was dying down. Yeah. We do get Clark saying that he was not himself.
There we go.
to be fair, he wasn't.
He was not.
He was not himself. He was someone else.
Looking at some notes, no Lois, no Lionel this episode. This is the 4th time we've seen Clark's bedroom. Do they just have this set, or do they have to build this set every time?
Only the 4th time? It can't be only the 4th time.
I have episodes here. The episode Metamorphosis, the episode Obsession, and the episode Hidden. This is it. There's not a lot of Clark hanging out in his bedroom. He's usually in the loft, man.
But 4 is so few. It's fucking 114 episodes.
So
120 episodes.
they have to assemble that set every time.
Yeah.
They don't have that lying
it's
around.
Not just standing. No.
A newspaper on Lana's bed is headlined Lex Anna, a nod to Smallville fans who use ship names like this to refer to relationships on the show.
I saw that.
Lana's cell phone is a Sprint phone. Sprint was the sponsor of the CW's mini webisodes, The Oliver Queen Chronicles, originally exclusively available to Sprint customers.
What a time.
Could you imagine? Who knows at the time, right? Who knows when these things... But in retrospect, who the fuck is like, we gotta get Sprint so that I can watch the Oliver Queen Chronicles?
Brian, we were, compared to now, and I'm not one of the people who did this or would have thought about doing this, but compared to now, we were starved for content like this.
It is true, but I'm still on my parents' phone plan at the time, and there's no way I can go Kurt,
agreed.
listen.
Agreed. I don't think it's a big number, but there were people.
I guess that's
had
fair.
to have been the people who are Smallville super fans that are giving Michael Rosenbaum and Tom Welling $700 or whatever it is to be part of their Patreon a month.
The Oliver Queen Chronicles is animated. The Oliver Queen Chronicles is animated.
Now you're like, it's me. I'm the one who's going to give the money for it.
I'm looking at it right now. Oh my god, it's bad CG animation. Oh, it looks like a fucking PS2 game, dude. Oh,
Hey, you shooting your wad over there? What's going on?
oh.
Calm the fuck down. Jeez. Get a hold of yourself.
I think it's let's see here. It's probably 30 total minutes. Oh my god, we are watching this. We are watching this. We are watching this. We are watching the Sprint mobile exclusive Oliver Queen Chronicles. Smallville's first animated show. Not now, to be clear, in the future. Sometime in the future. Smallville's already had an animated show, Zach. Why can't they just get another one going?
Zaslav!
Fuck the Oliver Queen Chronicles, dude. Okay. Jimmy said, I'm going to watch the Oliver Queen Chronicles. I'm going to assemble a list of things that happen to it. And you're going to have to find the fake stuff.
Okay, let's do it, because I read that book. You owe me one of these.
I do owe you one of those. I'm going to watch the Oliver Queen Chronicles and tell you about it.
Okay, great.
Jimmy says Chloe thinks Clark can walk on air, a reference to his continued lack of flight.
I don't think that is.
I don't think it is either.
I think that's more a reference to the fact that maybe he'll fly one day.
Right.
I don't know.
Looking for anything else interesting? That's about it. 54 minutes. We hit time, baby. We hit time.
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, short and sweet.
There we go. Finally.
Did you think it was a stinker? I didn't think it was.
No, I'm not willing to go stinker. It did not hold my attention. There were outside factors in that.
Right.
Even then, I wasn't like, oh, this one sucks. But I snoozer, not stinker.
There's some fun chess piece moving around here with Lana on the tail of Clark and Lex kind of on the tail of Lana and that kind of stuff. We're getting a little of, oh, they care about each other again, and they're getting
right.
We're back here.
I was never mad at this one. I'll say that.
Let's see what our streak's at. Okay, last stinker was Subterranean, right?
Yes.
So Hydro, Justice, Labyrinth, Crimson, Trespass. We got five in a row, baby.
It's been 5 episodes since there's been a stinker.
That's pretty good. I think this isn't like a great. We're not hitting really high highs this season, but we haven't had a lot of stinkers.
Right.
We're like a lot of okay.
I think
we're doing okay.
Right. And I think we're going to hit 6 based on next week's episode.
I think so too.
Great. This has been the Talon Mix. Thank you so much for listening. If you want more stuff like a Discord or a Discord or a Patreon where we got some bonus stuff for $5 a month, thank you everyone who subscribes. You can head to bit.ly/BrianZachPod. Once again, that's bit.ly BrianZachPod. Thanks everybody. Just a real fast I mentioned some issues, some life busyness. I think we are formally right now aiming to get things up on Fridays. Most of the time, we'll be up on Fridays. If something goes wrong in that process, all of my time is spoken for, and it takes a little bit to get an issue fixed. So we are officially aiming for episodes on Fridays.
Why doesn't your buddy get off his ass? Huh? Why don't you do something once in a while? Hey, shut the fuck up.
Shut up, Howard. We're all doing our best over here. We're doing our best.
He has all the stuff.
We don't have a fucking XM deal. Go back to XM, Howard.
Yeah, maybe I'll go back in the vault for a while.
Yeah, you know what? That's it. When you talk like that, you go in the vault. We should make air holes in the vault.
I mean, Keith did die.
It stinks, dude. It stinks. Zach, do you have a question for the Smallville gods?
Oh, my goodness. Will Lana get another stalker in the course of this show?
Good night, everybody.